Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Cobb. I'm a senior bioinformatics major at Claflin University.
Can you explain your diet?
Okay, so I follow the anti-inflammatory diet, which basically is majority of a plant-based diet. You don't eat any red meat at all. You eat skinless poultry and eggs and dairy about 1 to 2 times a week, and you eat seafood about 5 to 6 times a week. So you really only eat meat per se about once a day. Majority of the diet is fruits and vegetables, and then a lot of soy foods and grains and teas, dark chocolate, red wine, things like that.
Alright. What foods should they avoid?
I avoid any and all red meat. I try to avoid anything that's really greasy because I don't really know what oil people cook their food in. And on the anti-inflammatory diet, you don't really use butters. You really only use like olive oils and things like that. So I try to avoid eating out because you don't really know what all is in your food. Even if you go to a restaurant and they have healthy options and vegan options, I feel like you really don't know how they're preparing the food. And so I try to cook. I've gotten more into trying to cook. So
Only if I had a stove.
right. It's easier if you have a stove and an oven and things like that. But
Right.
I mean, there's ways to get around it.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it for?
So I've been doing it consistently for about 10 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What inspired the change? What inspired you to want to do this?
So my whole life I've had like severe eczema, and so I've been to the doctor, tried like all the steroid creams, like everything they've tried. I did an allergy test and everything. They were like I wasn't allergic to anything. So I went on YouTube and I started Googling, like got on YouTube and looked up, what I could do to help my eczema. And a lot of people brought up a vegan diet, but like you said, sometimes that's hard, especially being in college and being in an area where you don't really have the option to have a lot of good grocery stores and
Right.
vegan restaurants and stuff like that. And so I stumbled across the anti-inflammatory diet, and I tried it for a couple of weeks and months to see, if it made a difference, and it made a difference in my skin. So I decided to stick with it.
What are some benefits, and why should others consider doing it?
Well, when I Googled anti-inflammatory diet, I realized that red meat and dairy are inflammatories, and so what they do is they cause inflammation to your skin and some of your like major organs, and so it's healthier to try to get away from inflammatories. And inflammatories are found in a lot of foods that are rich in omega-6, which are like red meats and dairy and things of that nature. So it's definitely a benefit to your health because it'll help you lose the inflammation in your organs, and it'll help you cleanse and detox your body more. The hard part about it is, like I said, I live in a city where it's kind of small and there's not a lot of options for healthier foods. Like one part of the diet is eating natural cheeses, and you don't really have a lot of places here where you can get cheese off the block. So stuff like that, like your environment, it kind of hinders you from sticking to the diet, but I just trying to find a way to do it.
What are some practical steps that they may take to implement their diet?
Well, when I started, I just cut out red meat first. I still ate a lot of like dairy, but now really the only dairy I eat is like cheese and yogurt.
Okay.
I drink almond milk, and I don't really eat a lot of sweets that have dairies. So I think you just kind of have to take baby steps, like do what you can do first. Like if you can only cut out steak first, cut out steak, and then go to bacon and then whatever it is. But I just cut out red meat first, and honestly, cutting out red meat made the biggest difference. It was like immediate. Cut out red meat for a week and I saw like a major difference. So I was just just take baby steps, cut out what you can. Don't try to do like cold turkey, because that kind of makes it harder. And most people, if they try to quit cold turkey, they'll relapse. So yeah.
I actually went cold turkey when I first started my vegan diet. For the most part, yeah, I did a 2-week trial, and that's like the whole 2 weeks I went cold turkey, and then it was like the next few, it was like, all right, should I continue this or should I not? But I decided to stick with it.
Yeah.
I guess only a few can go cold turkey, I guess,
It
or
depends
something.
on the type of discipline you have.
Yeah,
like
that's
my
real.
whole thing with doing the anti-inflammatory diet was, okay, this is your health. You don't want eczema anymore. You're trying to get rid of it. So what can you do to get rid of it? And so, yeah, I just kind of was like, I'm gonna stick to it because
Right.
I'm tired of having eczema. I had it my whole life.
Yeah. What do you usually eat on the daily?
So this morning, I went to the calf. I had an omelet it was just a veggie omelet, a veggie and cheese omelet, which I don't eat every morning because you're not supposed to eat too much eggs and too much cheese.
Yeah.
So most mornings it'll be like oatmeal or some sort of like oat cereal, something like that. And then for lunch, I came home and I had a black bean veggie burger with mustard on whole grain bread. And then I had some strawberries and grapes with it. Usually throughout the week, I make like a fruit salad at the beginning of the week and kind of munch on it throughout the week if I get hungry. And then for dinner, I had a chicken taco with light cheese and rice and beans.
Okay. There y'all go. That's a full meal plan. Or a meal for one day,
Yeah.
What are some restrictions? And I know one you already mentioned, which was location.
Yeah, location is a big restriction. Also, like if you're in college and you're on a meal plan, it's kind of hard to see, like, it's kind of hard to, one, know what's really in the food you're eating. Right. And then two, some days you might go into the calf, and they don't have any, options that aren't, they might only have red meat that day, or they might not have any options that don't incorporate some type of dairy. So I would say that's definitely a restriction. It definitely got easier when I moved off campus, when I started learning how to cook some things myself and, like, researching what people who were on this diet, like, what they usually ate in a day. So
I know I used to see you in the gym last semester, so do you still work out?
I do still work out, not as regularly as I was last semester, and I had to switch up my times due to my classes because I have 8 o'clock this semester, and getting up in the morning is just not working. So usually I go around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, but I do still go to the gym, and that helps you stick to the diet as well. Right.
Yeah, I actually have an 8 o'clock this semester as well. I tried getting up at like 5:30, and going to about 7. Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it didn't work for me. It really didn't work for me.
Yeah. Any more thoughts you want the viewers to know about? Any more?
I would say just whatever diet you choose to do, like, really research it and look for it. Everyone, every diet is not for everybody. I feel like, me personally, I don't know if I could do vegan. Maybe one day I could. Maybe I can be a vegetarian. But I would say there's so many different diets out here that are beneficial to people in different ways. Right. I feel like you really just have to know yourself and know your body and know your health and know what you can tolerate and what you can't. Yeah, and so you just have to choose what's best for you. I feel like the anti-inflammatory diet is best for me because it doesn't have as many restrictions as vegetarian and vegan. So just really whatever diet you choose, really research it, and
yeah, I agree. Research is the key. Make sure you go Google whatever you want to Google. Just make sure you do your research before. Like me, I went cold turkey. And I used to stick with like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and that was like about it when I first started. But yeah, do your research before actually going into your diet. I agree with that. All right, and everybody knows my brand name is Fit to Code. I would like to know, what are you fit to?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm fit to everything.
There you go. I'll take it.
I'm fit to everything.
I'll take it. Any more comments?
No, just good luck on whatever diet you choose to do.
All right, cool. Thank you for your time, and hopefully